It's 20:30 on Saturday evening. You know what time it is. It's time we tell you what's happening in the world of entertainment. And my name is Pamela Lezondi. I am in for Olisi Mazango right here on Trendz Live this evening. Hello, welcome to the program. We keep you in the know of what's happening as you prepare to go out and get your dancing shoes on. Now, every team needs unique traits of individuals put together to achieve cohesive goals. One other way to achieve these and build a strong force is to take part in team building activities. So the Trendz Live team spent a day on an adventure at Agro Branch in Mill District for some of these challenges, but they had to overcome obstacle courses. Let's see how it all played out.
New year, new beginnings, right? Well, at least for some. And there could not be a better way for colleagues to kickstart the new year than this. It is, after all, the perfect time for teams to realize their strengths and weaknesses. Now, let's get ready for some team building activities. Our first challenge here was to cross the Acid River.
Yes, you're not allowed to step on the ground. Everybody not on the grass. If you step in the river, you die. It's acid, so then you're gonna come and start again.
We had a minute to decide how to cross the river. Each of us came up with a plan, but there was only one way that would work, and trust me, it was not an easy task.
Yeah. Okay, come back. Come back. Come back. Don't die on me now. Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
We reached the end of the river with minimal struggle, I must say. But...
That's right.
Now the last two had to really stretch and make very long jumps for a great finish.
Nice one. We also did water bucket, which we had to balance, and we failed very miserably. So are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Nice one. So I'm going to put this bucket on top.
God. This is going to be on me. My feet are not on the bucket.
Don't worry, you're going to do that. You're gonna put that. Okay, so guys, I'm not going to hold it anymore, okay? Okay, so who's going to start?
I'll start. To take off the shoe?
Yes.
Okay.
Guys, we also offer like treetop adventures, so we do activities on top of the trees, like zip lining, and also you do obstacles on the trees here. You get 2 hours to do the whole thing, and then it's a 2-hour session to have as much fun as you can. Yeah.
No matter how difficult this was for me, quitting was not an option.
Yeah, so the purpose of team building games is to make sure we build a strong team that cohesively works together, and then and its purposes is to build strong bonds in an organization so that they can work together, communicate better, planning skills.
Okay, next. After this, I'm done. Okay, where is the magnet here?
Yeah, I love the long one, the last one that we just did. But I don't think I'm an outdoor person because I've been scratching. My whole body is itchy from lying down on the ground. But other than that, I loved it. Some were fun, some were not so fun. But it was nice.
Nice one. Got the rope.
Listen, today was exciting. It's very nice. I went in, I thought I could do this, you know. Went in with so much vigor.
I just want to see something there.
Oh, my gun! My gun! Just go! It was so exciting. I usually believe that I'm an adrenaline junkie. Challenging though, because I thought it was very simple. But nonetheless, it was exciting.
Yes.
Got the rope. Nice one. Press it up.
Got me so nervous. At some point, I thought I was gonna fall down and forget about the ropes. So, first time experience, great, done, never again.
Okay.
I'm good.
That's why
You can tell them. I reached my limits. I didn't quit. My body reached its own limits. But frankly, yes.
I mean, you know, I'm a conqueror like that. This is how I roll. So, you know, having this opportunity, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make the most of it. So that's the only reason why I did that. And you know, new year, you always gotta have that thing of completion. I'm just on this trying to hit the gym every day, trying to complete every task that I tackle every day. So finishing this course was part of that, like just being able to say I've completed something.
And that's another winner's victory dance.
Ladies look like they had mad fun over there. Now, the SABC's biggest commercial radio station, that's Metro FM, recently announced the return of the Metro FM Music Awards, the MMAs 2023 in Mbombela. This took place earlier in the week. Now, this much anticipated award ceremony is scheduled to take place on the 29th of April in Mpumalanga. Here's a producer, Silepe Maifadi, who was there at the event.
Hi Trendz. So last week Metro FM sent us an invite and said come down to Mbombela to feel and be part of a spectacular night. So we were wondering what are they actually going to be announcing. So Cat is out of the bag. The Metro FM Awards are back and we definitely can't wait to be a part of this. I am so excited. Let me tell you, I listen to Metro FM, everything about it. I know it's where you at, but I want to know, why are we back again this year?
We are very excited to be announcing the comeback of the Metro FM Music Awards to Mbombela, Mpumalanga province. So that's why we're here tonight to officially inform South Africans that the MMAs are back and they are back better and bigger in April.
We know that they're not new to this city, this province. Why are they back and what do you want to put in that is going to be so spectacular to make it unforgettable?
Absolutely, you're correct. This is not coming for the first time, but what's key is that it comes at an opportune time for us as a province. You'll remember that the two sectors of our economy, especially the creative industry as well as the tourism industry, was heavily affected over the past 2 years. So now we view this as a good opportunity for a response towards our provincial economic recovery plan.
Tell us a bit about what we can expect from this award night and the build-up to the spectacular night.
The Metro FM Music Awards, you know, have grown into a brand that is synonymous with glitz and glamour and style in South Africa. So we are hoping to give our audiences and SABC One viewers, particularly on the night, you know, a very fine spectacle of musical talent, showcasing the lifestyle of South Africans and fashion and, you know, everything glitz and glam.
Well, for us, we know that the categories are always a major pull that everyone is always looking forward to. We know that there's a lot of new artists that have come up since we've had the last Metro FM Awards. When you look at the music landscape, what really is there to unpack when it comes to that? And how challenging is it to put this together in terms of the panels and the different types of categories?
I think it is by far the most challenging but very exciting activity that the station, you know, gets to put together, you know, in their calendar. It's quite challenging going through all those entries, and this year, I mean, like you've just said, there's a number of new artists that have released albums. A lot of albums were released during the lockdown, for instance. Even though we're looking at at works that were released last year up to the end of February this year. We're hoping that there's a lot of new genres of music that are going to get the spotlight in this year's awards.
Do we have a venue yet? Do we know where this spectacular award night will be held?
We'll have a number of build-up events in Malahleni. We'll have a number of build-up events at Gersibande in Emelo. We'll go to Pushback Ridge, we'll go to Nkomazi, but the main event definitely will be in the capital city of Mbombela, which is Mbombela Stadium, and just as we've done in the past.
Well, you've heard it, Trendz. We'll see you at the iconic stadium. See you again on the flip side. You know the hashtag MMA23.
The awards will be broadcast live on SABC One and on other various SABC platforms. The submissions for the nominees are officially open and close on 28 February this year. That's 2023. Now, speaking of awards, we have a multi-award winning platinum-selling superstar. That's Blackie in studio with us today. We'll be chatting to him after the break. Still on Trendz right here on SABC News. Now, welcome back. Now, one of the things we know about the lockdown is that it's threw a lot of people's careers out the window. We saw musicians protesting, but there was one musician, and that is Blackie, whose star just rose during that period. He joins me now. You saw a performance from him earlier. Hello, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. How you doing?
I'm all right. Now, you've been quoted as saying that a lot of musicians are not in touch with their fans. Why do you believe so?
I feel like just a lot of the way that people learn about the industry is not through like the internet. Like it's really a lot about radio, like a lot about monetizing and stuff like that. But really, like when you're beginning, it's important to like just start by gaining like a core fan base and sort of growing with it instead of like focusing on like radio and TV and stuff like that, because if you're not really like trending, then you're not really gonna monetize that sort of thing. So yeah, that's how I figured it out in the beginning. You
did that during a very difficult period for a lot of artists. Some even protested, hoping things would open earlier than they did. How did you manage to do that during lockdown? I mean, I wasn't really like popping by then. I wasn't on stage when I performed at all, actually. So I was really just dropping music for those people that wanted me to drop music. And yeah, I feel like the protesting was, I mean, it was important for Abantu that were really in the limelight like that and really needed their businesses to grow and continue within lockdown. So yeah, but for me, it wasn't anything like that. I was just growing and sort of dropping music online for Abantu Bangladesh. Yeah, and you managed to rise very quickly at a good 2021. Some of the highlights? I mean, yeah. Good 2021 and 2022, in fact. Yeah, for sure. So 2021 was when we had the debut album. We did a tour also. Yeah, it was my first time in a lot of places because, you know, Pumategui and I moved to Jersey and that was all I knew. So yeah, by the time I dropped the album and did like a little tour, I already touched places like, you know, Botswana, Lesotho, Kenya, you know, places I never thought I'd be in. And yeah, I think that year, yeah, a lot happened that year. A lot of covers, a lot of magazine covers, a lot of nominations also. So yeah, it was a cool year to begin. And yeah, 2022 was no different. We just went even a little more crazy. And the nod from the SA Hip Hop Awards? Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that was cool. We got a few last year, and I think we got one in 2021. I think it was for freshmen or something like that. And then yeah, I don't know how that went, but it was cool. Are those important early in your career to get such awards? I mean, yeah, it sort of motivates you because like when you're coming up, you watch a lot of, you know, other artists and see like what type of milestones they were hitting and what they were celebrating. So when you step into the game, yeah, you like look forward to those sort of things like awards and different covers and interviews and stuff like that were good for them, you know. So yeah, I feel like it's super important. And then jumping to the rest of the African continent, you mentioned performances in Botswana. How do you get received over there, especially because it's not your home fan base? I mean, a place like Botswana or Lesotho is like
literally the same as South Africa, but like other places like, I don't know, like Nigeria and Kenya and stuff like that is stuff that I didn't really expect. I didn't expect fans to be there, you know what I mean? I guess it's just a testament to the team and just like the way we work and how far the music actually travels if you really focused on you know, people that listen to you.
Yeah. And collabos, for example, with Nasty C. Yeah. How do you decide on those collabos?
Yeah, so I haven't really, I think I've been in studio with Nasty once, but by the time we did that song, I hadn't been with him in studio before. We hadn't even had like a proper conversation. It was just him seeing me as like, you know, a kid from Durban. Also, you know, I guess the talent also, so he saw that and it was like, yo, let me just jump on this song. And yeah, I went crazy. But like features, I don't really like plan them that much. I like having singles, but you know, if I feel like a certain song needs a certain flavor and that person has the flavor, then yeah, we'll do it.
Yep, I believe you have another performance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's it, take it away.
Got you.
Okay, it's amazing what the internet can do, right? Because lockdown did all of that for Blackie and taking to the internet. Well, that's it. We close it on that amazing dancing and hip-hop note. And from us and the rest of the Trendz team live, bye-bye. Have a good one. Good night.